Laker family. Oh, man, a video I didn't think I'd be making today. Lakers lose game 4. I'm really disappointed in this loss. This is probably one of the worst losses I've seen in my life. The curse continues of bad coaching. I thought JJ was the one, but today he proved me he isn't, at least not yet. You might have to grow into that role, but that decision he made of not playing anybody in the second half, as far as Jared Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin. I don't know if he did that to send a message to the players that haven't been showing up, or if he did that because he was upset or because he felt it gave us the best chance. He lost his back-to-back games with his poor decision-making. This is on JJ. And people are going to vote other people. People are going to vote about other people. I thought Luka was bad at the end, man. Turning the ball over. I thought Austin, that foul on Jaden McDaniels, all of those little things. LeBron with the inbound play, turnover, all of that. But most importantly, JJ choosing not to play anybody outside of the starters that he had. He came out with DFS instead of Jackson, which I liked. But Goodwin gave good minutes in the first half. Vando, we could have used him here. It's so unfortunate, y'all. It is beyond unfortunate that the Lakers just went down 3-1 to the Timberwolves, and most likely now we'll lose the series unless a miracle happens and they come back from 3-1 deficit. But Austin had a much better half, but that first half he sold us this game. This team, for some reason, the last couple of years have had leads in the fourth and have lost those leads in the fourth and have lost the game. This team, for whatever reason, isn't disciplined. I don't know if it's the coaching staff or the players or both. Just disgusted, man. Just disgusted by losing this game. Again, we're losing to the lesser team. Rui had a great game here offensively, but defensively, not so much. 27 for LeBron James, 5 for 9 from the field. I thought he had a master class, and then we just choked at the end. No closers at the end. Jackson Hayes doesn't deserve to come back next year. 38 for Luka, but I think this 38 is very misleading. He took 28 shots to get those 38. And he turned over the ball 4 times. Some of those times were crucial times that we lost momentum in. He needs to be better if they even have a chance moving forward. Austin Reeves, shitty game. 6 for 14 from the field, misses a wide-open 3 at the end to tie the game. Got in foul trouble the first half, but our bench is disgusting. DFS, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. Vanderbilt didn't even get enough PT. 7 minutes. That's on JJ. Gabe Vincent, 0 points. 0 points. We might have to trade him this offseason. Goodwin, even though he had 0 points, he gave us some good energy. That was about the best player off the bench. And it's so unfortunate, man. This really, really hurts because I know we're the better team, but it doesn't seem like the Lakers have the right coach. Because right now, everything JJ did, I thought he did an exceptional job of finally making an adjustment there. Towards the end of the game in the second half, finally came out with a better starting lineup that I thought he should have started the game with. We built a double-digit lead. In the fourth quarter, at one point, we had a double-digit lead. But the guys got tired. You got to sub them out. He played the same group the entire second half. JJ, I got to say something about JJ. He lost us not only this game, but the last game before that. And I've been praising him all season long. I wanted to see what JJ would do this postseason. That's a surefire way to lose right there. No subs in the second half. Our guys were cooked, pathetic, and the season is over. Yeah, it most likely is. I'm extremely disappointed. I had to take a couple of minutes to gather myself before I even went live. My apologies to my playback family. I left them hanging. I had to leave. It's just it's gotten to the point, y'all, where the last couple of seasons has been heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. The officiating has been horrible. I agree. The officiating has been an atrocity. But it makes me sick, y'all. It makes me sick. Bench Hayes. Hayes shouldn't play a single minute the rest of the series. Not one. This is where the rookie shows up for the coach. I hate it, fam. I thought he'd be smarter than this. I was looking forward to seeing what JJ would do. JJ's let us down, man. It's back-to-back possible potential wins where we were close in the fourth quarter and we completely dropped the ball. I am devastated by this loss, ladies and gentlemen. I know we didn't have enough for the chip. Hopefully we can still have somewhat good for Bron next year with a legit center. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. I'm going to tell you right now, man, we had many opportunities to win this game. Plenty. We even had a double-digit lead with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter and completely had a meltdown. Luka missing a layup, then not getting back in transition. Somebody got to call him out. That was trash, right? This is why I say three-pointers. You know, we shot 25 threes. We made 22 of them. Oh, I'm sorry, not threes, free throws. Three-pointers, we shot 19 for 47. They shot 14. This is why I say the solution isn't always threes. We shot a better percentage and we hit more, and we still lost. The defense mattered at the end. Being small has killed us in this series, which is why I wanted to avoid them entirely. We had 12 turnovers. They had 9. They had 16 fast break points. We had 7. Points in the paint, we had 30. They had 48. They killed us with their size, plain and simple. Second chance points, all of that. But you know what made me sick? The execution down the stretch. We underestimated them, plain and simple. I never did. I told you guys this is the one matchup I didn't want to see in the first round. But they didn't win because of that. They won because decisions that our coaching staff had made have been very questionable. We haven't been quick enough to adapt. I was looking forward to seeing what JJ could do in the playoffs. I'm extremely disappointed. If I had to rate JJ's coaching based on the regular season, it would have been an A-. If I had to rate it in the playoffs, it's a D-. It's a huge change. And the best coaches figure out ways to get it done. You have to find minutes for DFS. I'm sorry, for Vando and for Goodwin. If you already killed the rookie's confidence in Dalton Connect. You killed it completely. You killed his confidence. Now he's not even playable. But look what we did. We played a 5-man rotation in the second half, and we paid the price. These guys look exhausted at the end. The reason they're losing these games is because they're simply just playing iso ball all game. I know you're old school and believe that we should lead in their defense, but they call 0 plays ever. I got to give credit to Minnesota Timberwolves. It's about time I give them. They just out physical. That's not the only reason we lose in games. Yeah, the ISO sucks. I get that. When we were trusting each other and moving the rock, we got a 10-point lead. We went away from that. We started playing protect the lead ball, and that's always going to lead to that. But it's the coaching for me, man. You got to use your scrappy players. You got to use what you have at your disposal. JJ's not doing that. He's for sure disappointed me more than ever, man. I never imagined that he would be this bad in the postseason. He only played DFS, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Luka, and Rui in the second half. That's it. When was the last time we seen that happen from a head coach? That shows your insecurity, your lack of trust in the rest of your teammates, and it completely kills their confidence. You can't do that and expect to win. Appreciate you, Passport Blackheart. He said, defense just don't have it. No shot blocking is killing us. People still believe in him. Laugh my ass off, Mr. Hayes. That is. Hayes has played his way out of a contract completely. Luka is out of shape. LeBron is too old. We cannot win with those two non-athletic backcourt players. Everyone was excited about Luka coming to the Lakers. Shake my head. Luka to the Lakers isn't the problem. The problem here is multiple things. One, the coaching has led us astray here in the postseason. Again, you cannot play a 5-man rotation in the second half and expect to win. You guys are going to be exhausted. I don't think we're going to have much fight for the next game either. We might win the next one, but they're going to try to get us after that. But I'm telling you right now, man, we dropped 2 very winnable games. We should have been up 3-1 in the series, if I'm being honest. The last game, it was JJ Redick being stubborn and leaving Luka out there while Luka didn't have anything defensively or offensively. They cooked us. And then this one, playing a 5-man rotation. Those are monumental mistakes you cannot make in the postseason. You might be able to get away with that in the regular season for a game or two, but in the postseason, it's going to cost you the entire series. Now we're down 3-1, and we're hoping for a miracle. Well, I'm just watching to watch and support my team from here on out, but I'm not hoping for anything because the way this coach has done us, man, it's another version of Darvin Ham with the stubbornness. Why not play Dalton a little bit? What happened to – listen, you cannot have – and I repeat this, and I'll say it with my whole chest. You cannot have a player as elite as Vandal defensively play 7 minutes in a game. I don't care how many points he gave you. You cannot have that. Gabe Vincent has been an absolute garbage. He hasn't hit a single double-digit game in the postseason in 4 games. We need a better guard. I say go trade for Malik Monk in the offseason. Jordan Goodwin has been our best bench player outside of Vando and DFS. Jordan Goodwin. And he didn't have a single bucket for us today. This coaching staff needs to really look in the mirror and say, why the heck did we just kill everybody's confidence and tire out our five starting players in the second half? That is a double whammy, double negative right there, and that is a rookie coaching mistake. That is the third rookie coaching mistake he has made this season. First one was benching Dalton when he was dropping 30s in the starting lineup. The second one was, in the playoffs, actually. The second major mistake he has made was playing Luka while he's sick instead of going to Vando or somebody else who could have made a play when we were right there. We were tied with 4 minutes left in game 3. We had a 10-point lead with 8 minutes left. The lack of execution is baffling. These guys are lost on the offensive end and defensively as well because they were playing too many minutes. It threw us off completely. Angel, appreciate you, man. He said, I just witnessed LeBron give the ball to Luka and stand in the corner all fourth. Luka was gassed. Everything was running through him. LeBron never took over. I think we got to lower our expectations for LeBron James and know that he's 40 years old. LeBron had a crazy game. We can't expect much more than good defense. He had some crazy defense, some crazy deflections there in the fourth. He had 27 points on 5 for 9 shooting. Yes, I would have wished he would have took over in the fourth. But we have to remember LeBron is not Kobe. LeBron is LeBron. LeBron trusts his teammates, and his teammates let us down. Luka let me down, right? Luka completely let me down there in the fourth quarter. He did not have a good fourth quarter. He ended up with 38 points. He's going to look good in the stat sheet, but he did not have a good fourth quarter there. Austin Reeves let me down there in the fourth quarter. He had 14 points and then just hit 1-3 there in the fourth. Ends up having a really bad game. Austin has been a disappointment this series so far. I got to say it. And I love Austin. I got to say it. Rui, who had multiple bad games, had the best game from any role player so far with 23 points, and it wasn't enough. We couldn't get the win in spite of that. Right? And so, man, it sucks, man, because, guys, I still wholeheartedly believe we're a better team than this. I did not want to face them because I knew they were scrappy and young and would get away with murder, which they did all game long. That trip at the end by Jaden McDaniels at the half court, even the commentator said it should have been called even though they got tangled up, right? Miguel says, by this team, do you mean LeBron James-led team? Because ever since he's been here, we've been having terrible third quarters and falling too close. Well, actually, this third quarter, we were better, Miguel. This third quarter, we came out here. It was the fourth where we fell apart. It's unfortunate. LeBron-led teams are not. We still have to remember that we have Luka as well. We have to hold him equally as accountable. He had plenty of turnovers in this game that led to transition buckets. Couldn't even cross the ball past the half court. And great, give credit to the Timberwolves. They're getting away with all the little ticky-tack stuff, but they're applying pressure. 9 times out of 10, the aggressive team will win. We got to get tougher this offseason. All right, because nobody's scared of us. That's the problem. We don't have any rim protection. Luka is getting battered around. We should have brought Debo. I told everybody we should have got Debo. We should have got Jamison the third out of his 2-way contract instead of I already forgot his name. Instead of the other big man we signed for the rest of the year, who's not even gotten a single minute. We should have had the big body to set screens and do some tough stuff. 5 for 9 from the field, only 9 shots. Disgusting. If he shot more, he'd have 40 because he shot like 20 free throws. That's just the thing, right? Is that he shot more than that. The thing is, when you get fouled, those field goals don't count. Right? Those get wiped off the slate. Again, I can't ask for much more than LeBron. LeBron had 2 master classes back-to-back. To me, we lost this game based on coaching. Simple as that. Simple as that. The substitutions were horrible. Luka had too much one-on-one shot, BS ball. Yeah, he did. I mean, he was killing. That's not even the issue. For me, the issue is defensively. Luka got cooked defensively, and we don't have those dogs with us out there to help us through that, right? He said, LeBron never fails to disappoint me. I'm the biggest fan, and every time he gets in the clutch, he stabs me in the heart. He's never been a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. He's a Magic Johnson. We've known that, but he still had clutch moments tonight in the game before that, right? This ingenuous Angel LeBron also was gassed, and he played the entire second half. He also took over for the first 3 quarters. Yep, your 26-year-old 1 assist is supposed to be the one to take over. Exactly. But I'm holding both of them accountable equally because to me, it wasn't even them who lost us a game. Yes, Luka did some trash shit. Yes, Austin Reeves was trash in the beginning and then picked it up in the second half but didn't hit the clutch shot. I mean, you can literally pin it on anybody you want. This is not a player-fan battle we're about to have. To me, though, What it tells me is that this coaching staff didn't know what the heck they were doing this game. There's no way in hell you should come out with only those 5 players. That's why LeBron was gassed. That's why he didn't even want to take the last shot. Dude, I don't care what people say. LeBron cost the game to lose. Stop blaming others. It's not the coach or Austin. It's LeBron. LeBron? Let's see. Let's go see what LeBron did. Hold up. Since we want to make this a player-fan battle. 5 for 9 from the field. 15 for 18 from the free throw line. 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. But LeBron cost us to lose. Okay. All right. Appreciate the super chat, but I respectfully disagree, fam. LeBron didn't cause us to lose this game. Playing 5 players in the second half. What was the last head coach that did that? That didn't do a single substitution. What was the last head coach that did that? I need to know right now. Answer me that. Give me a name. What was the last head coach in the playoffs to play only 5 players in the second half? That's why I blame JJ. First game, he should have subbed out Luka. You could blame Luka too, first game. But I'm not going to blame the players. They gave us their everything. I got to blame the head coach because 5 players is a travesty in the second half. It absolutely is, man. Ain't no way that should have happened, fam. 5 players, I haven't seen it in my lifetime. When was the last time somebody played 5 players in the second half? Please, if anybody will, give me that name. I'd love to know. Isaiah Jordan, appreciate you, man. He said, Dan, JJ thought it was 2K. No subs for the second half. Appreciate the cash out, brother. Hey, listen, that's what I'm saying. People want to play the blame game. We got to start it at the top. Vandal would have made he would have probably had game-saving steals here, or at least he would have threw Ant-Man off of his game. You know how many points Ant-Man had? He cooked Luka, Austin, LeBron, Rui. He cooked everybody in line. All right, he closed this game for them. He had 43 points. 43. 12 for 23 from the field. With 9 rebounds and 6 assists and a block. You want to talk to me about LeBron losing the game? We gave up 43 and Vandal was nowhere in the vicinity to be seen because he only played 7 minutes. JJ, if you can't defend, I'm sorry, JJ doesn't like one-trick pony. So if you defend and can't score, he won't play you, Vandal. And if you can score and you can't defend, he won't play you, Dalton. Both of those players were under a good head coach. If you stagger their minutes, could have gave us some production that could have helped us win this game. Period. Thank you, Passport. Somebody with comments says, JJ not believing in his bench cost us. Plus, too much one-on-one ball. Facts. With no center, which isn't a winning formula, I don't want to see Hayes back. Me neither. I said the playoffs would determine what we did moving forward. And as far as, as far as who we bring back and how much we pay them. And Jackson Hayes has proven to be unplayable in today's modern NBA. Just unplayable. He can't score. He can't defend because he gets in foul trouble. He bites on everything. He's not disciplined. He can't rebound. What can he do? That's the better question. I agree, Passport. Appreciate you, man. He said, by the way, I thought the hand was part of the ball, refs. We never get those calls, man. And did you guys notice there was a secret camera angle over the top that I had never seen before? Hayes don't give a fuck about nothing but lobs. That's what I'm saying. He got to be gone, sis. We don't want to see him ever. I don't want to see him in my town, let alone in my ball club. Can't happen. Cree7 says, unpopular take. Luka lost the game. Worst plus minus on the court. LeBron deferred to him too much, and Luka ate too much time. Wolves clamped all of his slow tricks. Facts. Yeah, you could blame Luka too. You could even blame Austin. Austin in the first half, he showed up and gave us more production, knocked down his shots, and didn't get in foul trouble, we would have been better off. Also, Austin fouling Jaden McDaniels after he missed the defensive rotation assignment. I mean, we could literally point at everybody. Luka did have a part of us losing this game, even though he had 38. The stat geeks won't let me live tonight for saying that. But I'll tell you this: Luka has not been impressive the last 2 games, especially the last one. But this one, offensively, he had it going. Defensively, he did not. So if you give up 38, but you give up, if you get 38, but you gave up 43, you helped lose the game. No defense. Like you said, holding the ball too much. We played scared when we had a 10-point lead. We played like we were trying to protect the lead. That's a surefire way to lose everything, to lose it all. Appreciate the super chat there, bro. D Free says, they out physical, yes, but we track the play call rate, and it's not good. It is worse than it was with Darvin Ham. Believe it or not, we do not run offense when it matters. Look at the scoring totals. That's what I'm saying, man. I did not think I would be comparing JJ to Ham in the playoffs. I was expecting a lot more. But the poor rotations, I didn't like the fact that he challenged that play early in the game because I knew every time we lose a challenge, you pretty much are in limbo for the rest of the game. You're at the mercy of the officials. As long as you have that challenge there, they got to call things better, just a little bit. And so, yeah, but as far as the play calling, he's a rookie coach. I'm not going to make him excuses for him, but he's got to get a lot better. He's going to be here for years to come. I don't think it's ever happened before in NBA history where a coach has played only 5 guys in an entire half. Thank you. And that is the problem. I like to find the root of the problem. I don't like to see the little things that happen during the course of the game. Because that's the case, you can blame Austin. He had a shitty first half, and we lost momentum. You could blame Luka, turning the ball over in crucial moments and compounding by giving up wide open looks. You could blame anybody. You could blame LeBron if you want, but I don't see how. I thought he had the best game of everybody at 40. Even the defense, he was stripping Naz Reid, gave us golden opportunities to get out in transition and then, hit the wide open shooters. We even had the lead with 1 minute to go, and we lost it. We broke down defensively. Yeah, I'm very disappointed, man. I can't believe it. Demon React says we still have a future with Luka at the throne, but what a fucking horrible way to close the season. I don't think we'll have a 3-1 lead comeback. Honestly, this is the first time I don't believe in the Lakers anymore because the coaching has been bad this postseason. The role players are what really has me feeling like we're going to need a mega haul in the offseason, trading away guys who haven't really showed up, like Gabe Vincent, who seems to be too undersized to even play. Only 13 minutes. Vando, if you're not going to use him, might as well trade him. Same thing for Dalton Connect. Like our depth completely disappeared off the face of the earth. DFS is the only one that got minutes. He was subpar, 2 for 7 from the field. Our role players got to be a lot better for us to win these series. We can't win with role players of this magnitude. We cannot, fam. The role players got to be 10 times better. We only had, let me tell you how much production we had off the bench. We had 6 points off the bench, and really, if you want to count DFS, because he had all the 6. The other guys didn't give us a single point. Nothing from Vando, nothing from Gabe, nothing from Goodwin, nothing from Jackson Hayes. Nobody. Jackson Hayes only had 2, actually. My mistake, but you can point to a lot of things, man. It's just disappointing because I know we're the better team on paper, but the playoffs aren't won on paper. I'm not going to sit here and act entitled. The playoffs are won on the court. And I hate the Timberwolves now, but you got to give them credit. They have been out more physical than us. They've gotten the benefit of the whistle and capitalized on everything. They've got in our head, and we've allowed them to. We're treating Minnesota like they're the Boston Celtics. If this is how we were going to play versus Minnesota, we had no shot in hell versus Boston in the finals. If this is how we were going to play. We came out like some softies today. Again, we got out rebounded. Let me show y'all the rebounding battle because, again, we got out rebounded, and they're going to have to address that in the offseason. But total rebounds, 49-41 by 8. We gave up 18 offensive rebounds. 18 of them. We had 12 turnovers, and we conceded 19 points off of turnovers. Not taking care of the basketball on the road is a surefire recipe and way to lose these games. RZ, appreciate you, RZ. He said, only plus is next year we can add a center, an explosive wing. Number 1 priority for Rob Genie is to re-sign Luka. Bron's going to be 41. He's got to be managed well. It's sad, man. I feel like the LeBron era championship window is starting to close now. And a lot of it is due to not making the right trades in a timely manner when we had AD. And now that we got Luka, we had the right trade to kind of help us here in the series, but then we rescinded it, and it ended up not working out. So we dropped the ball there too. We need 3 perfect games, 1 at a time. I'm not going to give up till the clock strikes 0, but I don't have a lot of hope for this team, man. The way we've been coached has really demoralized me. Damn, Luka let us down. Yes, he did. Back-to-back games, by the way. He had poor back-to-back. I don't care about the 38. If you watch the game, it was back-to-back poor games by him. Let's see. Would have had Vando play the first 4 minutes of the fourth for Bron, man. I'm saying would have bothered Ant and stopped his explosion in the fourth. A good basketball head coach will see this, right? Which is why I'm disappointed in JJ. I thought he was better than what he showed today. And the last game, to be honest. He's been stubborn so far. LeBron saying he's going to retire this offseason. Please don't. Oh, man. I don't even want to get into the offseason yet. We got a lot to break down and cover this offseason. Make sure y'all stay locked and subscribe. Password Blackheart. First off, people need to lay off LeBron. At 40 years old, he's playing 46 minutes and asked to play the 5 small balls, killing us. Miss Anthony Davis. For sure we miss Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis always goes missing in big games or via injury. So I'm not going to sit here and do the Anthony Davis narrative. But I do agree with what you said, though. I thought LeBron had a masterclass of a game, back-to-back games, and the rest let him down. The rest let him down, and let all of us down. Luka's 38, and whatever the other numbers are, I don't care. We're offset by the fact that defensively he got cooked. Him and Austin Reeves. So I don't even care about their numbers. At least LeBron played defense at 40. At least. I know. I'm trying to get through them, but hey, people want to find a scapegoat, be my guest. I don't care. But at the end of the day, we know what it is. Alicia, if you know ball, you know ball. If you don't know ball, people trying to blame LeBron. I don't get it. I don't get what the outrage for LeBron is. I really don't. I thought he had a great game. I thought the last game he had a great game. I don't get it. And I'm a Kobe guy, but I'll give it to you straight. Appreciate you, Kimiko. All right, let's see here. RZ says, no more rookie head coaches. We need a proven coach. I hate to break it to you guys. We're going to stick with JJ for quite some time because he gave us a good regular season. I know for a fact that they're going to want to build off of this, and I think they can. But, man, I'm sick to my stomach, man, of the way we lost both games. Both games were winnable. The last couple of years, we have not been able to execute down the stretch. A lot of it is on the coaching staff. Some of it on the players. I'm not going to give it 100% of it on the coaching staff. But these last two games were on JJ Redick. First of all, the last game, Luka's not giving you much. You got to pull him the fuck out. That's number one. And then in this game, you go with your BS 5-man rotation in the second half, which, like D3 said, I don't remember the last. In my 29 years of watching professional basketball in the NBA, I have never seen that happen before. And I was wondering when the sub was going to come in. And when it was working, I was like this. But as soon as they ran out of gas, you can see that it bit us in the butt. And that's the reason that JJ was pathetic tonight. Tex, appreciate you, man. He said, hey, Dan, it's been a minute. I miss you, bro. Miss you too, man. He said, my heart is in my stomach right now, and we should have went through with the Mark Williams trade, man. Our rotations have been dog shit. Vando was our best option for stops. What are we doing? A lot of times during playback when we were live, I said, why is Vando not out there? This man, Ant-Man, is cooking us, and he completely filleted us. We're watching Ant-Man become a superstar over the last couple of years, and yet we're letting him go one-on-one with Luka. We're letting him go one-on-one with Austin. You know what I mean? It's going to be a recipe for disaster when that happens. And that's exactly what happened, brother. Man, thank you so much for showing love, man. As always, Texas, good to see you, man. But you're right. What were we doing? I don't know what we were doing. We allowed Ant-Man to get damn near 50. And he did it efficiently, too, on 12 for 23 from the field, which shows we could have even threw Goodwin on him. If you wanted somebody who could potentially score, we could have threw Goodwin out there. Vando. DFS was on him a couple of possessions, but I saw a lot of Rui on him, who's not our best defender in the perimeter. We saw a lot of Luka on him and a lot of Austin, and that was the result, 43 points. He did what he had to do, cooking us. We didn't do what we had to do adjusting. You know, it is what it is, man. It is truly unfortunate, guys, but it seems like it's going to be another disappointing season. And the window is closing for LeBron year by year. The window's really, really closing for LeBron year by year, and I couldn't be more disappointed. Tex, as always, my guy, appreciate you, man, for always showing love. Thank you. Motorsport says, here's how LeBron hurt us in the final minute. Long three was never going to hit, trying to make it a 2-possession game. Foul on Ant, terrible turnover, and missed layup. And here's how Luka also hurt us in the final couple possessions of the game. Horrible defense. Missed the layup and then compounded that by giving a 3-pointer to Naz Reid. You know what I mean? Like we can literally go like that. I understand. I'm not happy with the execution down the stretch from anybody, if I'm being honest. And if I was LeBron, I would have took the 3 instead of kicking it to Austin, who wasn't on, the entire game. But he trusted his teammate, which is what LeBron does, and we didn't win. As simple as that. I will say this. I did not expect LeBron to have back-to-back powerful performances. He did. At this stage of his career, he's 40, guys. We have to remember that. What was Michael Jordan doing at 40? What was he averaging? What was he doing in the playoffs, matter of fact, right? So the fact that LeBron's still doing this, I mean, we have to appreciate the greatness, even though it came in a loss. I would have much preferred that it came in a win. We would have been singing his praises, I promise you, Motorsport. And that's the only reason why I disagree, because you have to be objective both in wins and losses. We can't just say, well, I want to blame this guy because I want to blame him. He's not Kobe. He's not clutch. He's not this. All right, we can't just say that stuff when we lose, because when we win, we're singing his praises, right? Especially when he has an efficient game. 5 for 9 from the field, 3 steals, 3 blocks from a 40-year-old fam with 12 rebounds. I can't really ask for much more than that. He went above and beyond from what I was asking. Let's keep it a stack. He went way above and beyond. And they were both gassed. I agree. And that's on JJ. Again, it comes back to JJ. You got to start with the root of the problem, not the specific plays, but the root of the problem. A loss always brings out the lurking haters from below. The game was on coaching and our lack of rim protection. Agreed. Luka gets blown by and we have nothing to contest. Agreed. And that's another thing. Luka wasn't getting exposed like this because they had Derek Lively who can actually protect the rim, unlike Jackson Hayes, who was looking like a Dollar General version of him during the regular season, but we can't find his game in the postseason. To be honest, I can understand a bit. LeBron was completely off rhythm, not getting the ball in the fourth. It's not even about that. They were gassed, bro. They were gassed. And that's on who again? It's not acceptable. You have guys you should be able to trust and you have to live with those guys, man. You cannot ice them out. He went DFS, LeBron, Rui, Luka, and Reeves. I was fine with that change. But then not playing Vando in the second half, he ends up with only 7 minutes. Trash. Gabe Vincent didn't play in the second half. He could have gave us maybe some. Jordan Goodwin, who I thought was exceptional in that first half. 0. What message is he trying to send? The only message I get out of that is you guys aren't worthy of getting PT. Get better, but we don't have time for that because it's the playoffs. Right? It's the freaking playoffs. So we don't have time to watch guys get better. JJ not developing our bench properly. That's due to our bad offensive schemes. Agreed. I knew it would come back to bite us. The fact that he did not give Dalton Connect, who I think could have been a huge asset for us. Imagine him smacking threes. You know what I'm saying? Like forcing them to stay home. Otherwise, like he could have been huge for us. But instead, he kind of played him out of his confidence, man. It's unfortunate, guys. I'm just disgruntled by everything. How is it all LeBron's fault when he was our best defensive player, even while playing the whole second half? And it doesn't help that Reeves gave up multiple weak and firsts in the clutch. And you meant and wins, my bad. Weak and wins. Yeah, Reeves was bad tonight. To be honest, he's disappointed me this series. He hasn't had a spectacular game yet. And a part of that is credit to the fact that the refs haven't been giving him the calls he was getting in regular season. So he's going to have to learn how to play through contact because they've been holding him a lot. He's probably also exhausted from guarding Ant. That's a lack of that's on the coaching because, first of all, we should have went. If we were going to go with Jackson Hayes, DFS or Rui should always guard Ant. It should never be Austin. Austin should be on Conley. Our weakest link should be on their weakest link. That's the way Curry guards people. That's how they get away with it. So, again, lack of coaching. Switching everything. We shouldn't always switch everything. We got to fight through those screens. We got to be better, man. But, again, it might be too little too late because what are the Lakers doing? We are selling right now. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Jacob, my guy, man. He said, I'm sorry, but 5 points for LeBron James in the second half, that's unacceptable. Look, man, let me tell you something, bro. You're either going to get elite defense from LeBron or elite offense. Which one do you want? He's 40. It's acceptable when he's 40. 5 points. And we let Luka run the show, and Austin showed up in the second half, so it's not like he didn't let other guys show out. JJ does not trust the bench, and you can tell because he's been doing this for a while. He does not believe he has quality depth if you aren't well-rounded player. That's the thing, D-Free, right? And this is why I said I did not want the 8-man rotation. I said this since the season started. I hated that. That was the only thing I hated from JJ when he came in as a coach. 8-man rotations, they wear you down. They wear you out. Guys like LeBron are going to get injured at this rate, right? And so he has to get out of his own head and become better as a head coach. He has to take accountability. If we lose in this series, he has to come out here and take accountability. He does. Why doesn't JJ have a late game inbound play? Didn't he learn that from the Bulls game? LeBron turned the ball over because there was nobody to pass it to. Exactly. And we're limited in timeouts. I agree. Again, a lot of things are being exposed. I said this game would set us free. You know what? I was so furious we lost this game. So mad I had to take an extra second before I went live. But I'll say this, man. It exposed what we need this offseason. We clearly need a big man, a mobile one too, preferably one who can space the floor. Clearly, Jackson Hayes is not a starting caliber big. I'm not even sure if he's a bench caliber big at this point. He brings nothing to these type of series. I think we need a scoring bucket getter off the bench like a Malik Monk. We should prioritize via trade, whether we package of protected first and Gabe Vincent, whatever. We need a bucket getter like Malik Monk off the bench because we have no bucket getters. Nobody gets buckets off the bench, and that's why JJ feels the need to go with his little crappy rotations. But you're right. JJ should have drew up a better play on the inbounds, something, and we couldn't even get the inbound play. I kind of felt like right there the game was over. It's unfortunate. We have no execution down the stretch the last couple of years. These games are bang-bang games. Whoever executes and gets the first stop is going to win, and we're turning the ball over in these situations. So I'm sick to my stomach. I know you guys are as well. We already suffered through this with the Darvin Ham era. I hope to not suffer through this again with the JJ Redick era. He showed me promise in the regular season, and now he's undoing everything he did. So he needs to improve this offseason. Whatever he needs to do, look at his little film, his tape, figure it out, whether they make trades, go sign free agents, or both. And we got you guys covered, so keep it locked right here. All out. Even when the Lakers season ends, the channel does not. So keep it locked. Subscribe if you already haven't. Hit the post noti bell because we're going to keep our ear close to the ground, listen to all the sources and the legitimate rumors. A lot of rumors are going to be flying this offseason, but there's only very few that are legitimate. So I will rely on my source to give you guys the best rumors and the most valid ones. Tasia, appreciate you, Tasia. She said, that's one thing. Doesn't matter who it is. Dan is going to tell the truth. Luka played bad despite his score. JJ and Reeves disappeared. Absolutely, Tasia. And thank you so much for the flowers. I appreciate that. We got to tell the truth because at the end of the day, that's all we have. We're fans of the Lakers first before any player. And Reeves has disappointed me this entire series. Luka had a great first two games, and the last two, to me, forget about the stats, haven't been great. LeBron, they've alternated, right? They have alternated between LeBron and Luka. LeBron has been way better in these last two games. I thought we should have won both of them due to LeBron, and we didn't. Luka disappeared at the wrong times. Austin disappeared at the wrong times, and the bench has not appeared at all in the series. So it's really hard to win a playoff series versus a tough team. Remember, people were laughing at me when I said avoid the Timberwolves. This is why. I knew they were tough. I knew they were going to be a tall order, a tall task. I knew Ant is coming into his own. They were the most dangerous team in the first round to go up against, besides OKC, obviously. And here we are now. We are starting to come apart. The only thing I would hope for is that the Lakers win at home the next game, stay alive, and then pull off a miracle win on the road. That's going to have to be a miracle win. And then if that happens, anything's possible in a Game 7. But we got to take it one game at a time. We can't overlook the next game. We can't overlook any quarter, any minute. McDaniels and one at the end was BS, man. So soft. The league calling everything against us, y'all. I guess the fix is in. The league wants the new era to rise. They're looking at the next. I think this whole drama that happened between ESPN and LeBron James, I think it's going to do us in because now they're trying to turn the page and get another star that ESPN will love to cover. And Ant is perfect for that. Ant is exciting. He's exhilarating to watch. Everything he does is exciting. He's a high flyer. He's clutch. And maybe they're trying to turn the tide, trying to give the face of the league to one of these younger guys. I don't know. But I didn't like it, man. He said, Lakers in 7. Bron killed us with the inbound, though. That was a bad play. Luka also killed us with the missed layup. And then, that was a 5-point swing. Missed layup. And then not getting back in transition, finding Naz Reid in transition. So, again, we can always point to a play. But at the end of the day, man, we have not been able to execute down the stretch the last couple of years for whatever reason. JJ negates AR skills by running spread offense. He just ball watches. I would like him more on ball, too. AR has been so disappointing besides the game where he has he been. Besides this game, last game he had 20, but it's not an easy 20. They're making him work for everything. And that's on JJ, man. We got to run more off-ball screens. We got to take a little bit of a page from the Warriors and run off-ball screens the way they do to free up some of our shooters. We haven't done enough of that. But then again, we haven't done much of anything. Appreciate your passport. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, this season, right, is a learning season for me. Okay, we know we got our franchise cornerstone moving forward in Luka. LeBron still got some juice left in the tank. How much? Austin improving the regular season. He struggled this postseason more than recently. But we have a lot left to be desired this offseason. Big man has to be a priority. A real big man. But not just the regular one. Rim rolling, rim protecting, rebounding big man who can space. And I know it's a lot to ask for, but there's got to be a way to get one. There has to be. Otherwise, again, we're not maximizing Luka if we don't put him in pick and rolls with a threat who can either pop out or roll to the basket. Suns came back from 3-1 in 2006. Sorry, maybe the Lakers can pull it off, but I highly doubt it. But keep hope alive. I'm still going to support my team regardless, man. We're going to be here to the bitter end and even after that. But again, right now, everything's stacked in their favor. They have 3 chances to get 1 win, and that's all they need. And one misstep by the Lakers, just like these last 2 games. Honestly, the most disappointing part has been that the last 2 games were very winnable, and we even had leads, So, man. The LeBron discourse is weird to me. That's why I said I think we need to adjust expectations. He wasn't able to score in the 4th because he didn't have the ball. He was gassed, but he played amazing. I thought he was amazing the last 2 games, to be honest, bro, especially defensively. I really appreciate his effort at 40, being our best defender even now, being our best 2-way player, if we're honest. DFS has disappeared. DFS has been a big disappointment in the postseason, where in the regular season he had off and on games, but been a huge disappointment. Tex, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the like button. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Tex. Thank you so much, brother. Red Hawk Fiend says Gabe, Vando, and Hayes have to play more. JJ playing 5 guys in the second half. Can't happen. I'm interested to see the Lakers' attitude in Game 5. We can't lay down. We can't lay down or it's trade all of them. We cannot lay down. We got to come out here and play like dogs. If I'm the Lakers and I'm JJ Redick, matter of fact, if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm coming down from the stands before the game and talking to the locker room and saying, listen, you guys are playing for future contracts here, okay? We have to win this game. Whoever doesn't show up, you're off the team next year, whether I trade your ass or whether we go in a different direction in free agency. So you guys are playing for contracts. I'm literally putting that type of pressure on these players because a lot of these guys have went AWOL completely. They have gone off the grid for this series. I'm talking to Gabe. I'm talking, so many role players. I'm not even going to rehash them, but DFS has been disappointing. Vando hasn't got enough minutes to even be disappointing. Gabe has been disappointing. Goodwin, I like his minutes and his energy, but not enough. Not enough. But I agree with you, man. We gotta assess and evaluate, and that's gonna lead us into some interesting discussions for this offseason, right? Bron is 40. He gave us enough. It was the others. Exactly. The last 2 games have been a masterclass. He said, you're right, bro. I'm just in my feelings as a LeBron fan. Well, this is why it's more important to be a team fan, man, because when you're a player fan, you're too emotionally attached to that one player, and you got to look at everything from a broader perspective. I always tell people basketball is always more enjoyable from a broader perspective than from being a player fan, right? Because let me tell you what, brother, even though I respect your opinion, LeBron James had a masterclass. He didn't have a good inbound play at the end. He wasn't aggressive. He played the entire second half, 46 minutes from a 40-year-old. Luka Doncic, 46 minutes, 41 for Rui. Come on, guys. Come on. The coaching staff has to be better, and so I got to hold them accountable here. LA Mamba, appreciate you. He said JJ Ham played 40-year-old all second half in the playoffs game. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. JJ looking like Mike D'Antoni. That's how you injure players. No subs is ridiculous, bro. It's showing your lack of coaching inability right there. Showing your lack of creativity. If I was the coach, I would have played Vando in spurts whenever Ant was going off just to try to neutralize him. I would have brought in Dalton whenever we had a problem scoring just to get some floor spacing out there. You never know. And a motivated young player that wants to prove himself might play some hero ball. You never know. Appreciate you, LA Mamba. So our offense is trash. We search for threes, and there are times down the stretch when you need baskets. Too much three-point hunting, I agree. And that's why I said we had more three-pointers, but we still lost. We had more three-pointers, but we still lost. That's unfortunate. LeBron needs more than 9 field goal attempts. Well, he did have more because the fouls don't count, right? He had a lot more than that. It's just that the foul shot attempts never count. So there is that, Alicia. But again, this should have been a win. No matter how we slice it and dissect it, it should have been a win. Passport says Bron 27, 8, and 11 with 3 steals and 3 blocks, and Luka 38 with 2 assists and 1 rebound. Yet it's LeBron's fault. I'm telling you guys, man, finger pointers are going to finger point, but you get nothing out of that. How about we look at the real reasons we lost this game, right? We got out rebounded. We got out hustled. We got outplayed. They got more calls. Their superstar outshined ours, 43-38. What else? Turnovers. We had more turnovers. Points conceded off of turnovers, 19-5. So it's the little things. You can't win road games messing up the way we did. Like Luka not even being able to inbound the ball across the half court is a huge no-no for me. You're a superstar, fam. You got to be able to do that at least. Long three was a catch at the end of a shot clock. Foul was deemed a foul by Hawkeye camera. Turnover was because of the 5 seconds. He has an explanation for everything. You don't got to explain it all. We know. We saw it. We know, brother. Absolutely. Anybody hating on LeBron didn't watch the game. Let's be honest. Like, if you really think LeBron's the reason we lost, bro, LeBron's the reason we were in this the last 2 games. Rui was another huge reason why we were in this. He hit some amazing, and I mean absolutely amazing shots, man, down the stretch. I'm so freaking disappointed in this team. I hate everyone on this team besides Luka and LeBron. I am actually on the verge of tears right now. Not worth it, man. Not worth it. Let me tell you guys this. This season was a feel-out season. Yes, I wanted the championship. Yes, I thought we had enough to compete in the finals. But I wanted to feel what the coaching staff could do with the tools they had. They haven't used them properly. The last couple of years, they haven't. Vando wasn't used entirely well in this series. I thought he could have been an X factor for us. The way he, you know what I mean? Like, just the way that he's been a disruptor all season long, and the way that he gets under the skin of the Timberwolves. You're doing him a favor by keeping him on the bench, right? That's what I'm saying. You're doing him a huge favor by keeping him on the bench, and that's not what we needed. You know, we needed the Lakers to utilize all the horses at their disposal. But Michael, it'll be all right, man. It'll be all right. One game at a time, and then we'll go from there. Don't worry about it. JJ has become the first coach to play the same 5 guys in the entire second half. What I'm saying, you want to be stubborn like a mule, you're going to get kicked like one too. You want to be stubborn as a mule, it's going to come back to bite you. These coaches have to learn to be humble and adapt. Even if it's not part of your game plan, you have to adapt. The adjustment to bring in DFS was tremendous. That was a good adjustment. Matter of fact, I think the final game we should start him over Jackson because Jackson's not playable. But to play those guys the entire second half was an egregious mistake. And that's why, again, JJ is on my thumbnail for those reasons. But it doesn't matter who we have guarding who, because all playoff basketball is to get switch hunt matchups you want. Well, AR doesn't have the ball enough to catch a rhythm in this offense. He has turned into a spot-up shooter. Well, part of that is his fault. There was plenty of times when he had open looks and he passed those up. You know, he passed those up. So it is what it is. Malik didn't want to re-sign with the Lakers, remember? Well, we didn't have the money to re-sign him, unfortunately, sis. We didn't have the money to re-sign him, so he went to the Kings, who had a little bit more money. But I do believe that team will be on a fire sale potentially this offseason, and I think we should pull up to grab him because I think he'll be tremendous with us. Yeah. Let's see here. My guy, let's see, I'm just going to call you Tube. I'm going to call you Tube. He said, hey, Dan, have you ever heard of a player called Vinnie Johnson? We need a scorer like that to come off the bench and heat things up like a microwave. Hey, what a timely super chat here. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Timely super chat, because you're absolutely right. We don't have any offensive production off the bench, and that is putting a lot of pressure on our starters. And this is why I just mentioned a guy like Malik Monk, who I think can be had for the cheap. You know, it'll go a long way into solving some of the issues we had. I thought that guy could potentially be Gabe Vincent. He only got 7 minutes today, so even if it was him, he wouldn't have enough time to display that. We need somebody who is trustworthy and a proven scorer off the bench who can come in and give us that. Give us some buckets off the bench, because, man, literally our bench had, outside of DFS, who ended up starting the second half, 0 points outside of DFS again. And we still managed to get to 113 thanks to the scoring prowess of LeBron and Luka, but just an utter disappointment, man. Just another disappointment. Magic Johnson may have been right when he said the Lakers may be in trouble because of Ant-Man. Yes, he was. And so was I when I said I didn't want to face this team in the first round. This is why. This is why. They punched us right in the mouth. Right in the mouth. And guess what we did? Nothing. So far, nothing. We've done nothing, fam. We've taken it. We haven't been able to execute down the stretch. And when that happens, you're going to lose games. Played Goodwin 7 minutes and Vandal 6 minutes for our 2 best defenders. Only played 10% of the game. that is a fireable offense. But unfortunately, JJ will be here for a while. And I hope he learns from this and gets better, because that's my only hope. If he's a stubborn fool, he's going to cost us plenty of games in the future. Lakers small ball isn't the same as T-Wolves. T-Wolves have Nas Reed at the 5, and they are so long and rangy. Bad matchup, Dan. I agree. It's unfortunate, man, but I seen it coming from a mile away. I was really hoping for the Warriors to be there. That would have been a much better matchup. They don't have nobody in the paint. We could have just went in there all game long. And what an unfortunate turn of events at the end. The West was decided before the playoffs even started. But again, final recap, guys. 23 points for Rui on 9 for 16. 27 points for LeBron on 5 for 9. 38 points for Luka on 13 for 28. And 17 for Austin Reeves. Not enough, as the Lakers fall 116 to 113. And that fourth quarter was an atrocity. 32-19, we lost that fourth quarter. I just don't understand it, man. We either have a meltdown in the third or in the fourth, right? Why can't we get consistent, efficient basketball throughout the game? And this time the meltdown came in the fourth quarter, so we lost a 10-point lead. And that's just so unfortunate, guys. We're losing now 3-1, and we can only hope for a miracle. We take it one game at a time, but this just doesn't look good for us anymore. It's not looking good. Extremely disappointment. Like I said, plenty of players you could put the blame on. Austin had a shitty first half, came to life in the second half, ends up with 17. We need him at least at his average of 20. At least. I've been telling you guys this all season long. I hate it when players go into the postseason, they don't produce the same, and that's what Austin has done here. Right? He's going to turn a lot of the fan base against him if he keeps doing that. Jackson Hayes proven he isn't unplayable. I called for a change into the starting lineup. JJ didn't. He made the change in the tweak at the half. Wasn't enough. We come up short. All right, Jackson Hayes again with a horrible game here. 1 for 2 from the field, only 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Just hated everything about it, man. Everything about what he's given us out there. It's not much, right? Credit to them, though. They played tough. They ran us out their own building. They took care of business in their house, and they took care of business in our house, getting the split, and now the Lakers are down 3-1. What can happen? We're going to find out relatively here over the next couple of days, but if this is how we end the season, it is going to be a huge disappointment, because there was potential there for so much more. We get a bad matchup in the first round, and we get exploited for our lack of size in the paint. I hope the front office learns their lesson too, and next time doesn't wait this long to make a trade for a big man or 2. I think we might need 2 big men in the offseason, 1 via trade and 1 via free agency, just for insurance purposes. And but we'll talk about that more in the offseason, guys. Keep it locked right here. Thank you guys again so much for your support today, guys, for all the love, all the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. This video is brought to you by Underdog, promo code DTL, if you guys know what it is. Also by PrizePicks, same promo code DTLF. And that's going to wrap it up for me here, guys. But I will hope to see you guys here relatively soon on the next one. And let's hope for a miracle. That's all we got. All right, y'all. Have a good night.